Hello and welcome to the first episode of the class. Well, each week we're gonna pick a class and pick a topic about that class and try to go over it in a quick, informal manner. These are by no means meant to be the definitive guides on the classes. It's more to help newer players understand the class basics and how to get them in there and, play a little better. And it's a sad fact to say, but with the ability now of the Refer a Friend program, if one of our guildies invites a friend and they level together some level 1s, you can make level 80 really quick. And then at level 80, let's say your friend's in 85, he can roll with you through dungeons and all that stuff, and then have you to 85 in no time, and then you're geared, and then you're like, hey, I want to go raid. And you haven't really played your class that much. There is a benefit of leveling your guy 1 to 85 because it gives you ample time to be introduced to new mechanics, new abilities, and actually learn how to play them. And then the other one, the Scroll of Resurrection. Let's say you've got a friend that hasn't played since Vanilla. He's got a level 60 tune, and you send him a Scroll of Resurrection. Bam, he's level 80. Sure, you get a mount, but he's level 80. He hasn't played in 4 or 5 years. He's got a level 80, you got him 85, and again, he's not as optimal on his tune as he should be. So that's the main idea of these videos. Or let's say you just haven't played your other character in a while. Or you got him 85 and you really have no clue. Hey, I've got 1085s and there's some tunes I still can't figure out that well, like Nowhere. So with that in mind, since my main is a hunter, I figured we'd try to rotate him in first. Now, I'm not really going to go into talent trees like this, or glyphs, or any of that, because with Mists of Pandaria, they're totally redoing the glyph system. They're getting rid of prime glyphs. They're redoing the talent trees. I mean, it's just totally different. But what I will say is this: my guy is a Beastmaster Hunter. I prefer the Beastmaster Hunter. I know he's not the best on DPS. Survival right now, and even Marksman can push out higher numbers. But the reason I like Beastmaster, because first off, we'll touch on Hunter. Hunter is a male-wearing class. Agility is a primary stat. They're ranged DPS, and they get to have a nice pet. Like I currently have my little green Devilsaur out. Now, specific to the spec of Beastmaster, I get the exotic pets. Like, here's a Devilsaur. And here's a Corehound. The Survival and Marksman cannot have these. They can have things like the turtles, the tigers, the lions, the bears, oh my, the standard animals you find. The exotic pets are for Beastmasters only. And the difference being, the exotic pets usually have like a cool special ability. Like this guy has Ancient Hysteria, which is basically like a mini Time Warp. The Devilsaur has a Terrifying Roar that gives a increased crit bonus to everybody in your party or raid. A lot of the base animals, cats, tigers, and all them, wolves, don't have those types of special abilities. But anyway, I'm digressing. The one reason that I've stuck with Beastmaster over the years is, especially during Wrath of the Lich King, it seemed like every patch, Survival was too powerful and Marksman was too powerful. They'd come in and they would nerf Survival, then they'd nerf Marksman. They would take something away, add to the other, and it was always a constant go-between. Yet in the middle was Beastmaster. Beastmaster was always number 2, and it wasn't too far behind whichever spec was on top. But I mean, I believe, like right now, my off-spec is Beastmaster for PvP, but prior to that it was Marksman. During Lich King, I think I respec'd almost 16 times in my off-spec between Survival and Marksman, because one was getting nerfed continuously. They've done it a little bit in Kata, not as much, but again, the potential is there, and it always seems like Survival or Marksman are getting fixed, where Beastmaster is pretty much left alone. But aside from that, the primary stats are essentially the same, with the main spec stat being mastery. Because the higher my mastery, the more damage my pet does. And because my pets do more damage and such, or have special abilities, and my mastery boosts their damage, I can get a little more burn for my buck. And some of the standout abilities that Beastmaster have are different abilities, are like Bestial Wrath, which I'll demonstrate here. I mean, my standard rotation, I mark a target. With Hunter's Mark, then I'll lead with the Serpent Sting, and then I'll use Arcane Shot, Kill Command, I'll Cobra Shot to restock my focus, and then obviously I have other ones, Concussion Shot and Scatter Shot to interrupt a target. I have things like Focus Fire to give me personal haste buff. I have Bestial Wrath, which is a cooldown on my pet, does 20% additional damage for 10 seconds. It also won't be stopped unless it's killed. So the cycle, the entire rotation is about 8 or 9 with some other things thrown in, like Fever, which replenishes 50 focus, and me and my pet, among other things. So let's see what kind of numbers we can get here real quick. As you see, I'm doing about 30,000 DPS right now when I'm done the target. I'm activating my pet special ability. So once we got in the groove of things and got into the rotation, we're doing 30k. And again, this is just the target dummy. If I'm doing 30k here, I'll probably be doing 35 or higher in an actual dungeon or raid, because I'll have my party buffs, raid buffs, potion buffs, and all the other buffs. And again, it's not the best DPS, and there's other classes, warriors for one, will come in and hit a lot harder and such. But at the end of the day, it'll normally put you in the top 2, top 3. Especially when you learn your rotation, learn the subtle things with your other abilities, and work it in nice and slow. And besides, it's just cool to have a big purple core hound running around. We'll probably do one in the future where we just talk about the Beastmaster special pets. In fact, I'll probably throw another video up this week just covering that. But, you know, send your suggestions to me, to the guild leader, and in-game mail, or dharmarevisions@yahoo.com, and hopefully we can pick another class and spec and do one of these each week to point out, or even topics. I mean, we could probably spend a couple of months each week just on one class and one spec, depending on the topic, as far as gearing, reforging, gemming, enchanting. If you want to know basics about the gemming, gearing, reforging, I would suggest Noxic.com. It's Noxxic. They have a pretty good basic outline of how you should forge your gear, what enchantments, what gems, and it's really good information. Until next time, we'll keep on killing stuff.